Matt, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Aaron.
It's an absolute pleasure. And obviously the first question I ask everyone in this sort of, we're looking at retirement, is, are you old?
No.
Okay, because people are thinking, what's this guy doing here? What's the guy with a six-pack doing in the interview?
If you'd asked me that question when I was still at school, I'd look at a 30-year-old that has 2 kids and is married as someone who is very, very old.
That's true.
But now that I'm in that position, I don't feel old at all.
You're very, very young.
Yeah.
Well, compared to most of the people that have been sitting in this seat, you are very young.
Okay.
And so it's been an interesting year for all of us. I know that you've been involved with a lot of different things. And one of the things that's been fairly well publicized is that almost like forced retirement, being sort of at the peak of your powers as a sportsman, and then almost through injury or whatever, it's been forced upon you, and now you find yourself in a slightly different domain and a different place. And first of all, how have you found the change into, obviously you're not completely retired, but how has that process been for you?
Look, I mean, I'm completely retired as a rugby player, and it was a big change, and it came a number of years before I'd, in my head, had planned for it or would have wanted it to have happened. And so the first 6 to 8 months were really tough, coming to terms with it, dealing with the disappointment. I still had a lot of dreams and goals and ambitions. My body still felt capable, but my head, from a concussion point of view, wasn't. And so, yeah, it was a forced retirement, like you have said. But luckily had lots of support from family and friends around me, and have fortunate to have jumped into a new career, which I'm finding very stimulating, and I'm obviously enjoying it hugely. And so that's made things a whole lot easier, and almost a new chapter too. We've had 2 young boys in the last 18 months, and we've moved back to Durban, close to family. So things are good now, although initially the initial period was challenging.